My name is Thapelo. I train. I'm an MMA fighter. For now, I'm studying electrical engineering at Southwest College. But after I'm done with my studies, I go to training. They're usually at 5 till 9. Usually, there's not really much that. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you please, speak closer to the mic so that we can get, that clear audio from you for the people who are watching and listening right now? Yeah. Can you just please go through that again?
My name is Thapelo Rasta, and yeah, I'm a mixed martial arts fighter and I train out of Raptor Rock.
Yeah.
I also study electrical engineering, where I'm usually at college from 9 until 3. Sometimes 2:30, and after I go home.
Yeah.
From maybe I think I leave the house around 4, get to training at 5. From 5 I train until 9, and then after that's the time I go home. Right now I'm residing in Florida.
Yeah. Hey, man, there's a lot about you. I mean, we have to get to a point where you tell us, how do you balance all that? Being an electrical engineering student and also being a fighter, waking up early and juggling through all of that. But we're going to get back into that. I see you have a fellow partner right here. My man, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you come from, and what do you do, man?
My name is Olifant.
Yeah.
I stay here at Midlands, Zone 9.
Yeah.
And I'm only an MMA fighter, nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just fight, my
I
friend.
just fight.
We are shy.
Yeah, shy.
All right. Obviously, for people who don't know, MMA stands for Mixed Martial Arts.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, people have been juggling to differentiate between boxing and MMA. That okay? In MMA, do you guys beat around with? Straight fists, or you wear something to protect yourself? And how does it go? What's the difference between boxing and MMA?
Well, the difference with between boxing and MMA is that with MMA, we use different types of fighting styles, like there's judo, wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and all of those other mixed arts, So now we mixed all of them up, and after we use them as we fight,
Yeah.
So with boxing, like you can only hit the person in the head, and you can't go below the belt. With MMA, you can do that. You can you have your kicks, your elbows, your knees, and all of that.
Yeah. So with you, Spa, in terms of the fights that you have had, have you ever fought in, since you've started the journey of MMA?
Yeah.
How many fights have you fought?
2 fights now.
And how were they?
My first fight was difficult for me because I was still nervous. I couldn't do the things that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his record was higher than mine.
Interesting. Because now we know that in terms of the journey of how you guys started, this question is for the both of you. Just tell us about the journey. Where is the inspiration of getting into MMA? Where is it coming from? Let me start with you, Mr. Teps.
With me, I always loved violence,
Violence.
Yeah, I love to fight.
Okay.
So now, most of the times I'd be on Instagram. So a bunch of reels would pop up, just UFC fights and all that. So I was like, okay, I like this. So now, at first, I never knew where, where I could start off. I never knew where the clubs were at.
Yeah.
So when I Googled, the ones I would find were like expensive and all that, and I couldn't afford to pay that. So there was a time now, a homie of mine sent me a picture, from a newspaper.
Yeah.
He was like, it was a guy called Shadrack Yamba.
Yeah.
So now he was on the newspaper talking about he's a mixed martial arts fighter from Raptor Rock. So and after I saw the post, and I decided to search up Raptor Rock and all that,
Yeah.
Ended up finding Raptor Rock. So I've been training there since last year, April. Yeah.
Interesting. When it comes to you, my friend, in terms of the journey and the inspiration, man, where did you get it from?
Same as Rasta. I also like fighting. I like
you
violence.
guys are both violent.
Yeah.
But now the violence, I just want to understand, man. Is it the violence that everywhere you go, you just hit anyone who just, poke you around, or the violence is only in the ring?
It's everywhere.
But now, how do you develop the love for violence?
We smash people for fun.
We do it for fun.
Just for fun.
Well, violence also promotes order,
How though?
Well, with people who tend to mess around with other people, you know.
Yeah.
You have to get violent to put them in line.
Yeah. All right. So here with me, it states that you are a passionate MMA fighter training out of Raptor Rock MMA. Can you please tell me more about Raptor Rock, man? What is Raptor Rock?
Raptor Rock is not just like a MMA club, you know. It's like it's family.
Yeah.
You know. So now, yeah, there's been a lot of people that been coming and going. You know, some of them you can tell. It's like they don't know why they're doing this. They're just doing this, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that come there, but the ones that have been there, the ones we started off with, that's family.
Yeah.
You know. So now, yeah, we motivate each other. We help each other with like everything, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it's been.
Nah, nice to hear that. And also state that you have 3 MMA fighter with 2 wins coming from finish and 1 loss coming from decision.
Yeah.
Just walk me through that, man. How did it feel to have your first 2 wins? And those 2 wins, was it the first time you started to fight, or you had fights before?
Most of my fights were like in the streets before MMA. So now, I had 1 boxing fight, 1 white collar. So I was still new. I won that one in the 3rd round, but after with the MMA fights, it's more like my first fight was last year September on the 1st, I think. So now we are on the same card. His opponent was like a bit harder than mine, you know. But yeah, my opponent was good with the footwork, you know. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, I was scared. But after thingy. So now when he was hitting the pads, you know, we looked at him, we're like, ooh, he's gonna beat me up. But after when we got in the ring, you know, like. I wasn't nervous at all. I was happy, you know, to be in there. Yeah. So and after, we started off. The bell went, and after we just started off, you know, as we started off, I think I threw a couple of punches that stunned him. Yeah. And after he started clinching, and after he hit me with a couple of knees, that messed up my thigh. You know, it was painful. Yeah. But after after that, I ended up knocking him out in the 1st round. I was happy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. And after the second fight, it was thingy. It was the EFC Contender Series fight. It was in Senton. I was fighting a boy from Apex. Forgot his name. So now thingy. It's more like with that fight. It wasn't more only just me fighting for me. You know, it was like fighting so that my team can also be known, so they can also get the opportunity to fight there also. You know, so I was happy with that one. And after the recent one, which was like last month on the 20th of April. It was a guy from, I think, Durban. The guy, he's good, but after, it's more like he was scared to stand with me, so he was clinching all the time, you know. It was like hugging me on the floor and all that. Yeah. You know, but on the 3rd round, I had a comeback, which I feel like the ref was supposed to stop because of the ground and pump, but he didn't. But it was something.
Wow, interesting. So with you, Span, eh?
Sure.
Yeah. So with you, walk me through the matches that you've had, and how were they when it comes to your opponents and you also preparing for the matches, man? Like, just walk us through that.
Yeah, my first fight was a short notice, and the guy was more experienced than me. As I said, I was nervous, and it was a short notice.
How short was the notice?
I think it was like
2 days.
2 days?
2 days,
2-3 days.
Yeah,
Wow.
2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then?
But the fight also ended in decision. So he won the fight.
Yeah.
My second fight was easy.
Yeah. How easy was it? Is it, on the, what can I call, the heavyweights? Like, how do you guys call your things right there at the MMA?
I'm a featherweight.
Featherweight, right?
65 kgs.
Yeah, so in terms of that, do you guys have, maybe if you're a featherweight or a heavyweight, maybe the featherweight have, 5 rounds, featherweight 6 rounds and things like that, or it's all the same rounds?
All the same rounds.
So how many rounds did you win that fight?
I won it.
Let's start with the first one.
The first one, it went 3 rounds. 3 rounds. Yeah, 3 rounds.
Okay, second one?
I won on the first round.
First round, wow. Knockout?
Nah, TKO.
Ooh. There we go, man. And of course, man, we are asking ourselves, man, because as fighters, man, there are some conditions that you should have and shouldn't have. So can you please, guys, walk us through some of the conditions that you guys know that for you to qualify, to become an MMA fighter, which conditions you should have and which conditions you shouldn't have?
Well, It's more like you just need to have the heart for it, you know. Most people, they don't have what it takes to be fighters, you know. They get hit. As soon as they get hit, they want to take it all personal, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with us, the more you hit us, the more we hit you back. We can take it, you know. We don't mind. So, yeah, like we said, we just enjoy fighting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So with me here, I have what they call the Raptor Rock Fighters Checklist for dummies. Right. So obviously there are checklists there. Obviously, maybe if you want to become a fighter, you have to state that, okay, yeah. But the first one is say train minimum 10 hours a week. You. The second one is pay club fees on time. Look after equipment at the club. Flash the club logo at events.
Yeah,
Wow.
That one's important.
Yeah, how important it is.
Well, it's very important because now you're not only representing yourself but your team in the club. You know? So like, when you go fight, they have to see the logo. You know?
Yeah, and it speaks to what when we started the show. There was a guy Malatjie was like, you know what? Because you're a Kaizer Chiefs fan, my friend, good luck. And I was telling them, man, that being a Kaizer Chiefs fan, it speaks to the heart, man. And it speaks to what you have pledged over time by giving the support and loving the team for what it is. But I am glad to see that that applies everywhere, man. It's not only limited to some certain sports. So win as many fights as possible. So in terms of that, is it too much or you feel like, yeah, man, I can do it anyway?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Even tomorrow we have I think it's 8 or 9 of us in the club that's fighting. I think 10, I don't know. So now, yeah, we're gonna win.
So in terms of the skepticism, when you see that, okay, your opponent is very strong, do you guys get nervous at some times, or it's all about, no, man, I need to have, a plan for this fight?
You have to get nervous.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't you dream about it,
You dream about it. Yeah. Wow. That's how scary the opponent is, Mosa. So in terms of when it comes to preparation, man, yes, the opponent, you see, they have, their record for them is 78 fights. And in terms of that, how do you deal with those nerves then?
Well, with me, like now, my opponent is like, he has 3 wins, 0 losses for tomorrow. So now, I'm not worried about that because I know I can handle myself, you know, but it's more like I'm human. I get nervous, I get scared, So now, yeah, there's times even when I'm eating, I can't even eat properly, So it's like kind of hard also doing things.
Yeah.
But after, we have to cope with it.
Yeah. So how do you deal with nerves, Pa?
Spa's a soldier.
I'm a soldier.
They don't affect him like that.
Serious?
The only thing that makes me nervous is a HIV test.
Yeah, man. Speaking of HIV, because it's one of the checklist, man, right here. Because the second last one is make weight at events and then don't get HIV. Why?
Well, if you get HIV, you can't fight because you're gonna get infected other people, the other fighters.
How are you infecting them?
Well, we bleed.
Also, the blood also counts. Jesus. So when you have HIV, you don't qualify to actually fight in the MMA.
Like I think it's any combat sports.
Yeah. In terms of maybe, so if you are passionate, that means it's a no-go area. You have to find something new. Come on, guys. At least maybe they can wrap around bandages on them so that when you punch them, they bleed inside. Right? The blood won't go everywhere where it can get to you. The next thing you get, obviously, man, guys, you have to do something about that. So in terms of fighting that sketch, so it's a thing. They are not doing anything to say, okay, we have MMA fighters, who are passionate and they have this disease and this some rules. There's no MMA fighters for only HIV, guys, because they can't spread it, most.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. Because definitely has to, be there that, okay, we have HIV, so this one is for the guys who are infected with the disease. But I don't know why they don't do that, because those guys spread positivity, man. I'm sorry to say that.
We're not judged.
So, in terms of family background, do you guys get as that support, or your parents are like, yo, man, this is dangerous. You know, you're fighting. We don't know what might happen to you tomorrow. You know, you might get brain damage. You know, you might get your leg broken. So just tell me and walk me through how your family is feeling, and is there support from your families?
Well, not really, but after there's times like my mom supports. My granny, I don't think she's like, she likes this so much to that point. And after my mom, my uncle, and my brothers.
Yeah.
And after but after, if it's out of the family, the ones who support me the most is like him, Olifant, and after the guys at the club, and after my friends at college, and after there's also someone, but I won't mention that person.
Yeah. With you?
Yeah, I do get support at home. A lot of support.
So is it a thing? Okay.
It's just that I don't wanna. I don't want them to come and watch me fight.
Why though? Because I think you're going to gain that moral that man, my family's here. Kick some what?
Nah.
You don't want them there.
I don't want them there.
Like, what's the reason? You don't want them to see you get beaten?
Nah.
Or is the other reason?
I don't want them to.
But okay.
Getting beat up in front of people that you know is not nice.
It's not nice. Guys, how is it not nice, man? Because I think it gives you that moral boost, man. You know, when you're getting strangled there, and then you see your mom like, obviously, man, go to fight back.
It's like now, let's say you have a fight, now you decide to say, I'm gonna bring my girlfriend. You feel? Now, imagine you get knocked out in front of her.
Yeah.
How's she gonna look at you?
Guys, but she will understand that, baby, man, we lose and we come back and fight again.
Some girls who don't understand, they're gonna be like, you lost, I don't want you no more.
Hey, it makes sense, man. Many girls want winners.
Exactly.
So right there on YouTube, I have Hector Takalani, and he was asking a question, and obviously you answered, right? Okay. So he said, so when you lost the fight, the first question was to you guys, have you ever lost a fight before, and how many fights? Okay. Have you guys lost fights before? Just to answer him.
Yeah. Just one.
One fight? How many?
One fight.
One fight, right? And the follow-up question is, so when you lost the fight, how did you take it to come back again to the game?
Well, with me, it was like recently, so like with that fight, I didn't feel like I lost, so I didn't take it too hard too much, I was happy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not actually a loss, it's like a lesson, because now I learned a lot from that fight, so now with what I learned there, I'm thinking I'm going to learn to apply it in my next fight, in the upcoming fights and everything that I do.
Yeah. With you?
I wasn't feeling anything because of all I wanted to do was to get inside that cage.
Yeah. It looks like you don't have feelings, man. Right now, when you get there, it's like, let me just kick, man. I lost. Okay, fine. I'm going to kick another guy next match. Right. But we know, man, a lot of people, when it comes to fighting, you know that mentally you need to be disciplined. So how do you guys work around that? How do you maintain the discipline, to prepare for your fights?
Hey, man, it's difficult. Sometimes, coach tells us, he's like, if you're not in a relationship, you have to go a whole month.
Oh.
No intercourse.
Wow.
And after, if you're in a relationship, it's just 2 weeks,
Okay.
But after a month is too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. For a man, it's too much.
Yeah.
Because we build different. So now, it's to be, he says, it's to have as much testosterone as you can in your body.
Oh, okay. So you don't need to release fluids unnecessarily. Okay.
With anything else, like when it comes to discipline, well, we're good with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the workouts, they hectic, but we get,
So don't you guys get, distracted? And dealing with distraction obviously comes with its own challenges, right? So when it comes to distraction, how do you deal with the distractions?
Well, when I get distracted, it's mostly females,
Yeah. They're mummies.
Yeah, it's mostly, But after, like, when it's like close to the fight, I'll just be like, okay, like I haven't been talking to females and like,
Yeah.
you know, but after I just be like, okay, you know, I just stop talking to them. I just start focusing, you know,
Yeah.
get my life right.
Yeah. So Spa, when it comes to you, how do you maintain discipline, man?
Yeah, I said it all, but yeah.
Yeah.
We have the same distraction, man. We're always together.
So we know that there are a lot of people who deal with this thing of saying, you know what, I think I need some kind of influence to get my game going. So have you guys find yourself, doing any substances, just to get, strong and the strength, for the fight or for training of some sort? So in terms of influence, have you guys done it? And if you have done it, what led you to it?
The only things I've done, were like a protein shake. It was thinking mass gainer. You know, I wanted to like gain more mass and all of that because
Yeah.
I'm skinny, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard training with these guys because look at him.
Yeah. Big.
Yeah. he doesn't. He's not as small as he looks actually, you know.
Yeah.
So it's scary, you know. So but yeah.
Yeah. With you, Spa?
I'm taking a whey protein shake. Yeah.
You guys have never taken drugs, alcohol, maybe nipinyana, gin for the fight. Because gin is hot, man.
No, we've never done that.
Never. But have you ever met any contestants who've done that, who living through substances? And when you see them, how is their behavior?
Maybe at grappling competitions.
Grappling because those guys, they don't look natural, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grappling. What's that?
Like when like wrestling, you know, but after we try to put each other in locks, you know.
Yeah.
Choke each other out, break each other's arms and all that.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Still in conversation with the one and only Taps and Uspa, MMA fighters. If you want to ask any questions, what you need to do is to write them on the comment section. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. If you want to call us in, the number to do so, it's 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226 is the number that you can send your voice note. So now, guys, it's time to sell yourself. Someone is watching, and maybe you would, get yourself a nice, beautiful sponsorship. In terms of having a good profile, how important it is to have a good profile as an MMA fighter?
Yeah. It's very important. Like, it's actually needed, because if like your fight record is like you have maybe more losses than wins, like it's hard to get you proper fights in big thingy. What's this? Promotions, fighting promotions,
Yeah.
But after for you to have a good profile, a good record, it's very important.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So
I have a question from Tumza right there on YouTube saying, where can we find Raptor Rock and what are the requirements for joining?
Raptor Rock is located in Florida, near Victory House.
Yeah.
So now, there's actually no requirements. Just pull up and we'll see if you like it or not.
Yeah. So let's talk about nutrition and, the certain diet that you guys keep. Is, the diet strict enough or it's just okay, you have to eat? And how much junk do you guys consume?
We eat junk food a lot.
All the time?
All the time.
All the time, I eat everything.
So there are no certain, limits to what you should not eat. Like this one is prohibited. You're not supposed to eat it. So as an MMA fighter, you can eat anything.
Yeah, you can actually eat anything. But now the only time where you need a diet is when you start cutting weight,
Yeah.
So most people, let's say they weigh 70. So now some of them, like professional fighters, they cut from 70 to 61 kilos.
Yeah.
61.2.
Okay.
So that's bantamweight. So now to cut so much weight, you need to have a proper diet and everything,
Yeah.
So now, what I know for now, because I never cut weight before, so now I fight natural weight. But after, for what I know is that most of these guys, it's hard for them, it gets hard because now they have to eat they have to cook meat.
Yeah.
They can't season it at all.
Wow.
And after boiled eggs,
Yeah.
can't season the eggs.
Yeah.
And just, But that's all I know. I don't know much about it. You know?
Yeah.
But having a diet is only important when you're cutting weight. That's what I say.
Yeah, because we know that some of us, when we get to see those matches, the MMA fights, there's that thing, man, on the press conference where you guys go over the scale. What is the scale for? And what can happen maybe if you are below the weight or above the weight? What can happen in that moment in the press conference?
Well, how do I put this? With the thingy, when you go weigh-ins, obviously there's like different divisions.
Yeah.
So now there's like flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight. It goes up in the So now, with the thingy, you have to be a certain weight to fight. So, with bantamweight starts at 56
Yeah.
point something going up.
Okay.
Flyweight is 56.8 going down. So now bantamweight from 56.8 going up to 61.2.
Yeah.
I think that's and after from 61.2 to 65.8, that's featherweight. So
Yeah.
like, you have to be between that weight to be able to fight. You choose a division you want to fight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many divisions are there in the MMA? Is it a
it's-
lot?
I think it's 8 or 9.
8.
Yeah. There's
So-
obviously there's flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight,
Yeah.
lightweight,
Welterweight,
welterweight, what else?
heavyweight.
Middleweight, light heavyweight, and
Yeah.
heavyweight. So there's 8.
Yeah. 8. Okay, so you need to go up every time when you do the featherweight, you go to this one and this one, or there's that division, it's on itself.
It's on its own.
It's
so-
on its own.
yeah.
Oh, all right. So when it comes to, obviously we know that, we do get inspirations from certain fighters, because now we don't have any more time. This is where, we are going to, hit you guys with the last questions. So in terms of the biggest inspiration in MMA to keep always doing more, who are those people?
Like, who push us to do
Yeah, to do more.
Shatra Kemba.
yeah.
Shatra Kemba.
Yeah.
It's like also the guys at the club, because some guys they better than us,
Yeah.
So now we look forward to like getting better, As we get better, they also get better. So now we're just trying to keep up,
Yeah.
Just like with Yemba, I've been abusing us since we started.
All right, gentlemen. So these questions, I just want us to run them through, because people are asking so many questions and we do not have enough time. So in terms of how often do you do the test HIV before every fight?
It's before every fight.
Before every fight. Okay. Have you ever been arrested?
I've been in the back of a van.
Back of a van?
Yeah,
for what?
A lot of things.
A lot of things. What are a lot of things, man? Beating up someone, choking a merchandise or a vendor in the street.
It was a problem,
Yeah.
Before the MMA, like I said, I used to be a problem.
Yeah. Eesh.
I've
Arrested?
never been arrested.
Have you ever started a fight to impress a girl?
Of course.
No.
Of course.
No.
Have you ever walked away from a street fight?
Oh, never.
Never. Hey, these guys are fighters, man. So, in terms of the street fight, have you ever lost a street fight because you guys don't want to walk away?
Yeah, actually I have.
Yo.
I've been jumped before by like 9 people.
9?
Yeah.
Why? What did you do, man?
They were, so now this other friend, like I had a friend, so now they were abusing him and all that,
Yeah.
So I was trying to be the big brother and, just handle business. And after the guys jumped me, beat me up with baseball bats and all that.
Yeah. Interesting. You? Street fight? Lose?
Yeah, only one loss.
I mean, no guy wants to admit, in front of people that we've been beaten. We know that. We know.
We're not ashamed.
All right. So closing off, man, with our quick fire rapid questions right here. I just need you guys to choose only one. I read the question. You choose one. You choose one. Right. Sure. And please, man, don't choose what he chooses and don't choose what he chooses. Right. So, in terms of the matchups, who would you choose between Israel Adesanya and John Jones?
Oh,
Israel and Lasagna.
Israel.
I say John Jones.
John Jones.
Okay, in what division? If it's light heavyweight, John Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Hey, Nurmagomedov. And Charles Oliveira.
Hey. I love Charles, but now I think I'm gonna
Khabib.
go Khabib.
You go Khabib also. Ooh. Nate Diaz or Dustin Poirier?
Dustin Poirier. I love Nate Diaz. Though.
Yeah.
I love Nate.
Okay, it's hard, but Dustin Poirier.
Dustin. Nate.
Nate, yeah.
Anderson Silva or George St. Pierre?
Anderson Silva,
Anderson Silva.
because he's black.
Okay.
Anderson Silva.
Silva. All right, the last question. Tony Ferguson or Justin Gates?
Yo, Justin already beat Tony, so I'm going to go.
Justin Gage.
Okay, if it's prime Tony and prime Justin, I'm going to go Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So, obviously, right now, we want to know, guys, for the both of you, what's next, man? What is next? What are you looking forward to?
We're aiming to like just keep fighting, you know, until coach says we're ready to go professional, you know, start making money out of it and after.
Yeah. With you, Spark?
Say it all, man.
Same thing.
Sure.
So if one people, you know, want to reach out to you in terms of asking so many questions about, you know, fighting, where can they find you guys?
They can find me on Instagram and Facebook. My IG handle is One Smart Black Boy.
Yeah.
And after, also my Facebook handle is One Smart Black Boy.
Yeah.
They can find me on Instagram, Spamandla Olifant.
Yeah.
And on Facebook,
Yeah.
Sparks Giving. Sparks Giving.
All right. One last question. Have you guys ever fought each other?
Fighting each other, like, nah, but we spar
We
each other.
spar each other.
Sparring.
Like when we're just moving around.
Like on my training match, so.
So if it's given a chance that you guys fight each other, would you fight each other?
No.
No.
Who would win? Yeah.
Nah.
He would win.
He would win. Come on, Taps.
No, I'm being honest. Though.
Yeah.
He'd win.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us in right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And we hope that, you know, you are going to be joining us again right here just to share much of, you know, the journey that you have traveled. And I wish you all the best, man.